What is up? What is up? What is up? Looks like the Lions are kicking off, so they must have deferred. I'm going to assume they deferred. I don't know if either one of you have the game on yet. I haven't got it up yet, but right here, we have the game info up. We are here now. It is week 17, and we are in our last night. Lions are in San Francisco at not Candlestick Park. But yeah, Scott's here. Scott Gerhard, my guy Pete, as always. Earlier, right before the show, we were, having some really kind of fun out there discussions, as we know everybody likes to get into. The off seasons are right around the corner, right? So there's going to be some fun, crazy talk that comes out, and we were kind of talking some quarterback. What do you call it? The carousel. Kind of some quarterbacks that might be free agents here that could potentially move from here and there. And we kind of got into some fun discussions. Obviously Minnesota, Sam Darnold will be a free agent next year, right? He could get paid. He's been doing pretty well. Me, I'm very realist, very skeptical about my Vikings, even though they've been doing really well. I still am weary of Sam Darnold a little bit. He has been great, but product of the system. Yeah, system's great, but what other quarterback could come in here for less money and be a good product? Kind of talked about a couple of people. Scott, if you want to get into that, we can kind of go back and kind of bring up what you're talking about, maybe.
Actually, I want to note something that I'm watching here in the game already. For the first three plays, the running back for the Niners has been Deebo Samuel.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Who's the cat that they had in there?
Now there's somebody who's not Samuel lined up back there.
Pat Taylor, right?
Oh wait, it wasn't Deebo in the back, but they got him on a sweep. So
yeah, Deebo's gonna get a lot. I think he'll get a lot of attention tonight.
I need Deebo. I could potentially win a championship if Deebo just goes bananas.
He could, man. He was swagging out. I saw him before the game. He was swagging out. He's ready to go, man. A lot of people are kind of hating on him for being kind of a diva, of being a little bit, I don't know, here and there, not been doing well all year, not being able to catch the ball, talking about he's got hands, but he ain't got hands. But maybe it's night just to show out because they're not in contention for anything. Maybe they're just gonna hey, we're gonna take something away from the Lions. You never know.
Well, San Francisco, they're just going right down the field right now.
Yeah,
they're just pounding it.
I think Shanahan's got a little bit. He's got a show too, right? I think if you want my honest opinion, I think he might be a little cooked. I think he needs a change of scenery, new coaching job. I think that he's kind of gotten figured out with what he has for players and offense. That's just my opinion. I feel like he's kind of been figured out.
Maybe. I don't know. I think the Niners suffered from the same issue that a lot of people who had the first pick in their draft suffered from this year, and that is not having CMC.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. The replacements have done well, but
they all got hurt. That's the issue. I think that's the issue with Shanahan's offense, right? Is he just drives his running backs into the ground. Doesn't matter who's back there; they're going to get run hard. And I feel like if you just look back the last couple of years of running backs that have been in and out of there, right? Even Mostert, right? Mostert's not there anymore, but the amount. Who was the cat that was there this year at the beginning of the year, and he's not there anymore? He's there, but he's hurt.
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason, but even before him, that younger.
cat. Hang on, I've got my chart over here.
49ers are in the red zone.
Oh, Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell, like another prospect kid who did really well the year before, and then all of a sudden, boom, injured again. I feel like running backs just get hurt so much in this system. They're great running backs, but yeah, you're just gonna know that at some point in the season you're gonna be without them. Definitely interesting.
I mean, for sure, a running back's only as good as their offensive line. And the Niners' offensive line at least started off well. I mean, you can't have Jordan Mason putting up the numbers he was doing without having a good line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's one great thing that they do have is a good line. You don't. I do want to go back and kind of see what's Purdy's. How many times he's been sacked? Minnesota's line's not great, but they're not as bad as when Kirk was here, or it might have been Kirk. Because Kirk, who was I watching the other day where I'm just like, fuck. Oh man, I wouldn't want to be CJ Stroud, man. That line is so bad. The Texans line, man, he just looked like he's on his back all the time. Same thing with Caleb.
I was gonna say Caleb Williams.
All the time.
They badly need to work on their line. Like,
They've needed to work on their lane for how many years now, Pete? Come on, you know.
Listen, everybody was celebrating when we drafted a kicker, and I kept saying, no. We need an offensive line. You got to protect the guy you just drafted. What are you doing? A punter? Come on.
I remember a couple of years ago as a Cowboys fan, I was looking, I knew we needed a corner really bad, and Surtain and somebody else had been taken ahead. And I was thinking about what they need, and all of a sudden, I looked and they drafted.
Scott Fish is here. What's up, Scott?
What's up?
What's up, Scott?
Yeah, I just heard you guys talking, and I'm like, man, I love the stuff you're talking about. CJ Stroud with that line. Did you know he's second in the NFL in checkdown rate behind only
man.
Like, his line must be bad, man. He checks down constantly this year.
It's been crazy. Yeah, I took him in Scott Fish Bowl this year, and I was so excited. It's been rough.
Yeah. Then you were talking injuries, and it reminded me of you were talking about the Niners, and that was reminding me of the Lions too. And something, JC probably knows, but the Vikings have one of the largest coaching staffs in the NFL, and they have people dedicated to even tracking the yards players do in practice to limit what they do so that they don't get hurt.
Wow.
And other teams don't do this, and almost all other teams don't. And the Lions are super aggressive, and you see all those injuries racking up. Whereas the Vikings are like, all right, you have run for 685 yards this practice. We're gonna scale you down tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
when you consider how the injuries have gone this year, and it's been like horrid with the injuries this year. I wouldn't be shocked to see other teams adopt that model.
Yeah. Throw on a couple extra coaches and analytics people to if someone has a really heavy workload in a practice or notices a few extra hits, lighten it up the next day. And that's what the Vikings have been doing to try to stay a little bit healthier.
I think it's all a product of that. I mean, Kevin O'Connell's system's just been great for this. I mean, our team is I feel like they've just completely flipped. They look completely different this year. And, man, the defense.
That's going to be a touchdown.
What do you think? Do you think that they need to go in and pay Flores? Just pay him we were talking about it at Christmas, and it's like, hey, what do you think? If they just pay him as a head coach, just pay him that money just to keep him here.
He might be willing. I don't know. I don't even know how much interest he's going to receive. From what I've seen and heard, some of the teams that are looking for coaches, like he's not even in that top of their list, which is shocking to me.
Do you think it's all still because of all the trials and stuff that are going on with the NFL?
I think there could be some of that. That's for sure. I think that there's a lot of places out there that want the young offensive-minded coaches too. I know D'Amico is kind of the exception to that, but and I think there's also probably a little bit of everybody wants Ben Johnson, and once they can't get Ben Johnson, they'll start looking at those secondary options. But
I think Ziggy's just gonna, pay him. Just pay him that money and be like, hey, we really recognize what you've done with this defense. You've done a lot of good players. Like the system. I mean, they do have to get away from that prevent defense. In third and fourth quarter, they got to really get away from that. I don't understand. I really don't understand
those two Packers games. Like, I wonder, like, nationally, they probably were like, oh, close games. Oh, came back. But both of those games were like 3.5 quarters of utterly destroying the Packers, and then completely taking off your foot off the pedal and like I don't know, playing on your phone and eating breakfast while you're driving down the road. Like it was a complete destruction of the Packers both games, and then they just decided to not care anymore.
I feel like it's been that since ever since they came back from the bye week. It's just like, all right, well, we're just gonna win and then just not stop caring, and then hopefully we win. And they're kind of going back to that old Vikings style.
I think there is something to be said for the Vikings, at least on this front, in that they let that up, but they're able to rally and not like completely unravel. You know what I mean? They're able to pull it together at the end. It's a little bit of battle testing, but Jesus.
Yeah,
I think the Packers are a really good team. Like they,
and they didn't have Quay. They didn't have Quay Walker, and they didn't have Alexander.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful. But
the NFC there, as long as Atlanta doesn't get in, and I'm fine if there are Atlanta fans in the chat. You're on the way up, but I think the Bucs and Rams are far scarier. As far as a team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rams are definitely in. It's the Bucs and the Falcons that are.
I mean, Rams beat us.
But the Bucs have to beat Bucs have to beat the Saints, right? And they're good, or have the Falcons lose to the Panthers.
Yeah, something like that. There's a few scenarios in which I think there's like 8 scenarios in which the Bucs or in which the Falcons can get in. But I remember looking at them and I'm like, yeah, they're not getting in.
Yeah, I thought it was just pretty much because the Falcons swept them, but the Bucs are up by a game.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Bucs win or tie, or if the Falcons lose or tie, the Bucs are in. I think, unless I'm.
You're talking about the Falcons way? The Falcons way is Atlanta win, Bucs loss. That's how the Falcons get in.
Yeah, that's the only way they get in.
Yeah, you don't need anything else. Atlanta win, Bucs loss.
Yeah. Any tie, or a Falcons loss, or a Bucs win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Penix looked pretty good. I mean, he obviously is somebody coming in. I mean, he flashed really well. I mean, even last week he flashed, but I like to see him. I like to see him progress like this. I mean, Kirk's going to be gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
You're talking about this. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on, the franchise tag Sam Darnold, what's going to cost him, $40 million is what I kind of heard.
Yeah, it would be like 40-ish million, average of top 5. It would be a lot. I don't even know how I feel anymore.
That just be wild
6 weeks ago, and I feel differently than I do today because God, I feel like Darnold might be a franchise type guy in this offense, but like look at Kevin McConnell in the 2 years where he got the full off season with his quarterback, and then the quarterback was healthy all year, 13 plus wins both years. Like, is it like a talented quarterback, no question, but you give O'Connell a full off season and a full season with a guy. We're talking about like Kevin O'Connell, every single Minnesota quarterback, like from Jaron Hall to Dobbs to all of them.
We're talking about that.
Yeah, they're sub 500 outside of O'Connell. They are 500 or better with O'Connell. Like, it feels like he can take almost anyone, honestly.
So we were kind of talking about, some people that could potentially, I even said Kirk's getting paid. He could be costing maybe nothing. And Scott said, who did you say? Russell Wilson. He probably not cost a loss either.
Oh yeah. Russell doesn't have the same deal as he did last year, where he's getting paid a buttload of money for this 1 year. So he's like, all right, I'll take a basically minimum deal. Yeah, but Kirk will have that next year. Kirk will be being paid a ton of money by Atlanta next year. They'll cut him, pre whatever it is, March cut or whatever. But he'll be making so much money that he could take a Russell Wilson this year type of deal somewhere and just be a backup or a potential starter if he wants to.
Arizona.
I tweeted out about would the Vikings want him in here, but I don't think they would. I think they want either JJ or Sam or both or neither. They don't want Cousins.
What about Russ? Like if Russ was available, what if they brought him into our system? The thing is I feel like we need somebody that is willing to scramble, and I feel like Russ can scramble, even though Sam does sometimes, but
yeah.
With our line, it's better than it has been, but we tend to get hurt. On the line a lot in this system. We have, and if we had just somebody that could make a decision to scramble right or left and then just make a play.
Yeah, I will say, like, Russ is really getting to the age where he's scrambling a lot less. Like, he's still got the wheels, but scramblers, the older they get, the less they scramble. So,
yeah. It's like, if you make me, I will. Otherwise, let's sit back in this comfy little pocket.
But it's an interesting thought, JC. Yeah, you're right, Scott. But yeah, it's a very interesting thought, JC. It's I got to imagine. Like, I can't imagine we're bringing. I either think we're loading up our backups to play behind JJ, or we're franchising Sam and we're going to continue to develop JJ. I just don't know that we pull in, a potentially high-priced free agent, especially in such a terrible quarterback class where people are going to be
so bad.
hitting.
This year we're going to have to. We're the worst offense or defense against wide receivers this year. They're letting up so many yards against passes. So they're gonna have to get somebody young in there. Harrison? You got Harrison and you got Gilmore. Yeah. They're old. They're so old.
Yeah, they both might retire.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to think.
I will say, like, something like 78% of our passing yards we've given up while we're ahead. It's a lot of teams behind trying to catch up to us.
That's
so
true.
There's that. But
Gilmore, man, he's had a couple of game savers. The one against Rodgers was really slick, but he's been giving up some easy stuff.
The one with Rodgers where he just slid under the guy and caught it low like that in front of the defender. Like, A, that was a bad pass by Rodgers, but B, that just seemed like the kind of thing a younger cornerback doesn't do. Like, that felt like just a veteran. I've felt this play before. Move.
Yep, that was the Patriot style. I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
No, Gilmore's been there. He's been a couple of big plays, but it's been really hard to watch. You're right. When it comes to that third into the fourth quarter, you're like, oh no. You just it's coming.
Yeah,
you're just gonna be on the edge of your seat. I think the worst game for me this year was when we played against Mac Jones. Like,
that Jags game was weird, but that was a London game. Let's give it a little bit of a caveat there.
It was it was interesting to say the least. Oh, Joe, what's up, Joe?
How you doing, guys?
Now we got Boston.
What's up?
We got Scott Fish in here, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Nice. I saw your post on Twitter, and you were like, I have no one to go live with, and I threw that in the group chat, and these guys got you on. I love it.
He definitely let us know.
I enjoy going live, especially during games, especially at night, especially when I got a drinky in hand. So,
what do you think about them now that you see they flexed our game again? 7:30.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna. As soon as they made the
Lions.
So this year they implemented 2 changes where they can flex Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights, and that the final week of the year was going to be all subject to flex. I knew they were going to make Vikings Lions Sunday Night Football.
Oh, they had to.
Touchdown
There,
Lions.
I think there are 6 games that matter this weekend for seeding. 6 games total, and it just.
I mean, if you're NBC, you are licking your chops at that one. It's
Oh.
for the division and the 1
Absolutely.
seed.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you heard this, but Florio was talking about on PA's show that they're sending the whole Sunday Night Football crew there. Like they've done that like twice in the last 5 years, where they send the whole crew to a stadium for Sunday Night Football, and they're doing it for this one.
Wait, was the kick blocked? I looked. Oh, Bates got blocked.
Oh, nice.
Man, why are so many kickers having problems? They can't make extra points. They can't nothing.
Warner
French
picked
fries
up,
getting
too.
smacked this week. A lot of French fries getting smacked this week for sure.
I know Jameson scored, but it seemed like Gibbs played a little, and then they took him out. Like I feel like there some short leashes on the offensive players here. They don't want to give them. It's
Good
such a
call.
meaningless game.
And I'm just noted Craig Reynolds had a 26-yard catch, so I'm starting to feel a little better about my. It's not going to work because I need too many points.
But it was kind of a good call. I mean, he said he's in a league where it's like a big league, like you got, Scott, and he's playing against a guy. He has got to get ahead of a guy, and he has Gibbs going, and that guy had Gibbs, but he's like, I'm going to put in Josh Reynolds, right?
Yeah, Craig Reynolds.
So he's like, at least he can be different from that guy to get over him if they take Gibbs out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Never
it's 10 people left. I'm in second, but I think I'm going to end up in second no matter what. So I said, screw it. Let's just give me a chance. Give me a chance to get closer.
My dog's trying to get in.
Sniper with, which time? There were 2 of them. He hit the goalpost twice.
Jeez, Reichard, man, he was so excellent until he got hurt. And then he just kind of up and
Get
down.
him out now. Get him out now before the playoffs, Blair Walsh, Gary Anderson. Get him out now.
Why did we? I don't know. So here's the thing too: is I don't know why we got rid of Romo. Why would they just with the issues that you have with a run? I mean, even if you have to roster 2, we have 5 quarterbacks on the roster right now.
I have a theory that we waived him. I have a theory we wanted to practice squad him, but then he was signed off waivers by the
Patriots.
I have a feeling we wanted to throw him onto practice.
I don't know. I just think you just sign him. Just sign him and do what you can. Keep him on the roster. I mean, I know it's tough. I know it is, but with what you know, like going into the playoffs, you have to have kickers if you're Vikings.
I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't have signed him to the practice squad because obviously he came on well in relief. So
way better than well.
That's the way it works.
He didn't miss a kick.
He had one missed kick and one miss.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not. That's the problem. Reichard had such a good year that you weren't going to not bring him back. And the problem was because someone could sign him off the practice squad. First person that needed a kicker was going to be like, we're going to take that guy. So why put him on the practice squad and waste the practice squad spot?
Yeah, that's the problem. He was taken off waivers even before he could go to practice squad.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna. Yeah, he wasn't gonna.
Reichard had not missed a kick until he hurt his hammy.
Yeah, hamstring.
He missed 2 kicks with the hurt hammy in that Rams game.
Yep, and then he was out for 4 weeks.
We're bringing Reichard back as a guy that we're like, when healthy, we feel like he didn't miss a kick healthy, So,
no, I agree with that, but he was out 4 weeks. Like I feel like you're like, all right, well, you see him come back, he does well, enough. But I don't know, man. When you see somebody like that come in and be a great backup, you're like, oh, did we kind of let that go to somebody else's team? I don't know.
At least it was to a non-playoff team and one we're not gonna face.
That's true.
Sniper with the worst was listening to Brady. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like Brady early on, I was like, man, this is kind of rough. I think he's gotten better. And during the Vikings game, he was talking about what Darnold was seeing, what his kills were, like what he's killing because he sees this and this, and I'm like, this is actually kind of decent. Like that's what I want to hear out of a former player, talking about when he's watching a game. I mean, there wasn't a ton about that, but like when he did it, I thought that was great.
I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, it's kind of weird to say rookie and Tom Brady in the same sentence, but I mean, this is a different boat. I mean,
there are definitely better announcers, but I thought he did some good stuff in that one, and he's better than he was. So.
Yeah, I mean, as he gets more chops, I mean, he's obviously the type of person who's going to do well. He just needs a little experience as an announcer, and obviously he knows the game upside down. So, I think he'll be fine.
I think his biggest problem early on was I think he prides himself in being perfect. Like I think he didn't want to say something that could turn out to be wrong.
Yeah.
And you got to get over that when you're on shows like this or radio or anything. You have to get over the fact that you're definitely going to be wrong like 40% of the time. Just roll with it,
Yeah, just go the whole Tony Romo route and just predict the play. I think they're going to do this. And you don't ever see the clips when he's wrong because there's plenty of those. But when you're right, well, it looks like he's a genius.
No, I was going to say, I mean, if you listen to Tony Romo, like he literally calls people's plays before they even happen sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Romo's first
game
was incredible.
Like, well,
his first year was awesome.
And something was off when he goes, "Oh!" right after the play. He already knew what was going to happen.
Garendo's in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who was the starting running back tonight? Was it?
It was Garendo.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Garendo, except the first 3 snaps were all Debo.
True. I mean, technically true.
I do like seeing Pearsall. I mean, there's a couple of players like, I posted on Twitter the other day. Who's my favorite kind of duo to get in best ball in this next year, and I kind of think it's Bo Nix and Mims.
And Mims, interesting,
dude.
Nix and Sutton were like they had more completions to each other than any wide receiver quarterback duo from week 8 on.
How do you think Nix would have done if we would have drafted him here?
If the Vikings would have?
Yeah.
Fine. I am once again on the boat that you give Kevin O'Connell a full offseason with a halfway decent quarterback and they're going to do well.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Sean Payton's he's a QB whisperer too, so
as much as I hate it, I agree.
Yeah, everybody who's a Vikings fan hates Sean Payton.
It's not just the Vikings fan. It's like just
he's a jerk.
Who he is as a person, the cheating on your wife stuff. Like he is just like objectively a piece of shit as a human being.
Hitman contract, players to hurt other players.
He's a terrible human being as a person.
You guys didn't watch his movie?
So it's just.
Did you see the movie he made?
Kevin James who played?
Yeah, Kevin James played him.
Yep, I did. JC, you'll appreciate this. I congratulated a guy who is winning a league. He was up by 48. He's got Kittle left, up by 48 with Kittle. His opponent is Amon-Ra. And I was congratulating him on the win, and he's a Vikings fan. And I'm like, don't do that. No, you can't do that. You never know as Viking fans.
Yeah, I said that earlier. I walked in. There was one. I was at the bar. I go watch the games at the bar, and there's this guy in there with a Viking or a Packers jersey on. I was up at 2. And he's like, "Oh, we're playing like shit." I was like, "Hey, you never know.
You never know.
If you watch them play the Vikings, you never know.
Absolutely,
you never know. It's so hard to watch. You're just like, so hard.
It's bad. Yeah."
It's stressful, man. Being a Vikings fan is stressful.
Be a Bears fan.
Dude, well, I'm in okay shape. Like, you've met me in real life, JC. Like, I'm not in amazing shape, but I'm in okay shape. And I had a heart attack at 35, and I fully blame the Vikings for that.
Yeah.
So.
You got a Patriots fan in here, so he can't talk.
I was just gonna say I got something. So I have a friend of mine. He's I don't know if you guys know Dan Williamson.
Yeah.
He tweeted out earlier that every year in his doctor's appointment, he says that he's already passed his stress test because he's a Vikings fan.
Listen, the
Get
guy
on this treadmill for me and squeeze this ball. No, I'm Vikings fan. Oh, you're good.
for years, the Cowboys had this thing that they always could either play up or down to their competition depending on what they needed to do to give their fans a heart attack.
Hey, you know what, Mel? You can blame yourself for the loss for Green Bay both times because you bought me this hat and you're a Packers fan, and I've worn it ever since you got it from me, and we've won all the games I've worn this hat.
Mel is the best.
She is the best.
Never forget.
As she said earlier, did you wear that? Yes, I did. Put it on tonight just for the victory Monday. Oh, that was stressful. You're like, oh my God. Hey, you know what? And once again, is LaFleur not kicking a field goal on fourth down? That's on him. Coaching mistakes. That's why wins and losses are coaching stats.
I think they run the ball a little bit too much too.
Bynum, man. Bynum's been the best cheerleader of all. He's come up with all those. So I don't know if you've been listening to. I mean, I know you're on the radio with them on K-Fan, Scott. But sometimes they'll have Bynum come on and talk, and he'll talk about him and his sister come up with all those dances, and it's all from Disney.
I say the social media people have got to freaking love him.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
He was on today, and they were talking about. They didn't know because he said it happened so fast, like that, they got a takeaway, and, so it was at 5 plays, and then all of a sudden, boom, they
get up there.
Recovery. He's like, I don't know if we should do it or not. He's like, no, is it only interceptions? He's not. Let's just do it. And they didn't get a takeaway the rest of the game, so good thing they did. But,
every third reel I hit on Facebook is one of their celebrations.
First off, I hope we re-sign Bynum. He's a free agent.
I love him.
Here. Yeah. So I hope we re-sign him really quick.
Is that use check?
It's more than just him being one of, a good defensive back in our defensive backfield. Like, he feels like glue. Like, he feels like there's a vibe he adds to the locker room.
Yep.
And I think that's important.
Not only the locker room, but he helps the fan base. Like, it booms the fan base. When they do crazy stuff like that, it just explodes the audience.
Yep. I still think that he made a faux pas. He did the last 2 dances were Camp Rock and High School Musical.
Yep.
I think that the Christmas Eve whatever game, or the game 3 days before Christmas, whatever. He should have had a bunch of the defensive players doing a different Peanuts dance.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
Christmas,
yeah,
have each of them doing a little different and have it be Christmas themed, and bank the other 2 for upcoming weeks. Now he's got more to think of.
I do like that. That's awesome. Where they're doing the Peanuts when they're all dancing there.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like the.
Yep.
With the music,
I feel like it was a missed opportunity to get a bunch of defensive players doing the Peanuts dance for a Christmas type dance.
See, Scott, when you're on the radio Saturdays before the game, you gotta say, "Hey,
I know.
Here's a great idea."
I know. I'm guessing he doesn't listen to my show, but I jumped on 9 to noon PA's show during the feast last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was. Oh my God, that was before that game. So I could have quickly said it if I had thought of it.
But so I agree, man. It is cool that they come up with all these ideas. And he talks about, he's like, it has to be better than last week's, and nobody else has. They were talking about, can you do something like, Thriller? He's like, well, everybody's already done that. So I want to be one of one. I want to be the one who does the original stuff. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, they're going deep into the bank for some of these, but I think it's freaking great.
Him and his sister that come up.
Yeah, there's there's double side to that coin of going as deep as they go. It's like on one side, it's like, man, that is good, and the other side is like, what is that? You know, like
I love it.
If it's too deep, nobody gets the reference, and but there's this level where it's deep enough, but it's like cult classic enough that enough people know it. So,
and usually it's just the DBs. Didn't Cashman get in the other week? Wasn't he doing the? I know one of the linemen got in there.
I fully haven't been paying super great attention of who's in them. I've watched the videos. I've watched the videos. I guess I watch the moves more than I watch which players are specifically doing them. So,
because I know they asked him about who do you go to and who do you ask, and he said, well, Metellus. I always go to Metellus. He's the first guy I go to. He's always down to do it.
Yeah.
And he's the one who did the Mean Girls or the white chicks with him.
Yeah, that's the one that really just. I mean, I know they've done several, but that one when they did it, it was all over. Like I did not stop seeing it.
I feel like Metellus. If I were to buy a jersey, it would be Metellus. He's probably one of my favorite players on the Vikings. He's just so fun, so down to earth, so versatile. He's got what's it? His car. Do you know his car, JC? It's like a hot pink. Like it's hot pink. Like that is so Metellus. I'm trying to remember what exactly it was. I'm gonna look it up, see if I can find it. But it's so good.
I like Van Ginkel too. I mean, Van Ginkel has been a huge. I mean, he's got stats like TJ Watt. So I mean, he's been a big impact on our team. 2 pick sixes. I think he's what did I see the stats for? He's tied with some other people for, is it 10 sacks and 2 pick sixes in a season?
Oh no.
Hey, Joe Carlton said he's waiting for Goff to throw a touchdown so he can accept his defeat.
Joe.
I know that the Lions have wanted to be aggressive all year, but St. Brown, Laporta, Goff, everyone in is just, man.
Yeah, I don't get. So here's my thought on that too: is like the loss doesn't really mean anything tonight. Like they need to.
The loss does nothing.
Yeah, because even if they're back, right? If they go in and they play against Minnesota and they win, they'd be tied, and they already have one against Minnesota, so they win another one. You win the NFC North. Boom.
Yeah, it's
a number 1 seed
for the Lions, unless they want to try to get to 15 wins, like they already hit the franchise record in wins. Yeah.
Oh, talk about the playoff league.
Yeah, just go to fantasycares.org. It's on the front page, or fantasycares.org/SFPL. $10 donation. I mean, you don't even have to donate to get in, but we appreciate $10 or more because we want to hit $10,000 for it again this year. It's wrestling themed. We want to give away a bunch of stuff. We have some wrestling themed prizes. I think we're gonna have a signed Josh Allen jersey as one of the prizes, but we have a bunch of wrestling themed prizes as well. There's also some wrestling themed stuff. So there's 2 conferences, 500 teams each. One is heels, one is faces.
Yes.
And then we're gonna have an overall title, like a universal champion, and then we're gonna have a tag team title where you're paired with someone randomly. A face is paired with a heel randomly, and you'll know this in advance. So you'll be able to communicate with this person if you want to. But yeah, we're probably gonna have a belt or 2 or 3 or 4 or something to potentially give out. But yeah, we're looking at prizes right now. How many we want to do? We've already raised like $2,000, so that gives us a little wiggle room for prizes. But yeah, fantasycares.org. It's right on the front page. fantasycares.org/SFPL, Scott Fish Playoff League. And that goes directly to it. 10th year of it. 10th year. I like the theme so much that I'm considering talking to the guys about just guys and girls within our ecosystem and board that maybe we should do wrestling themed every year, because we have some fun ideas and we can't implement them all this year. And I'm like, maybe we'll do it again. But yeah,
I mean, especially from being from Minnesota. I mean, it's a huge wrestling.
huge.
I mean, shoot. I mean, the bar I go to is in Robbinsdale, and Mr. Perfect's from there.
Mr.
Who
Perfect.
else? There's a couple people from Robbinsdale area who grew up in that area and were pro wrestlers. I mean, shoot, there's a lot. Was it the Ganyas?
Yep.
We had a friggin' our governor at one point was a wrestler.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
He wanted a very interesting time. People were really done with both parties. I was in college at that time. He ran as an independent. A lot of college age kids voted for him. That's for sure.
That's so funny. The body.
You know?
My governor can beat your governor up.
Yeah. Yep. There were those shirts. Yep. And they used to this is back in the day of there was always the Lincoln town cars for governors and stuff at that time. And he got a Lincoln, was it Navigator or something, the big giant truck as an SUV as his gubernatorial car, vehicle, etc. Yeah. That was good.
The body is his name.
Yeah. I'm actually going on the Jericho cruise here at the end of the month. I've been wanting to do it for years and finally said screw it. So I have to get some of this gear before I go.
I love
nice.
Jericho. I like his band.
Ozzy?
Yeah, I like him. Have you? There's somebody who does interviews with some of the wrestlers, and they kind of talk, just kind of stuff that they did in their career.
Chris Van Vliet? Or
there's a show. I can't remember what the guy who just interviewed.
CVV.
What?
I think CVV, Chris Van Vliet, I think is his name, or
I
know who you're talking
There's
about.
a couple of people that have been on there. There's some some of the stories are crazy. Like Benoit, or not Benoit. He's obviously not Benoit, but Jericho. Yeah, he's deceased. But yeah, Jericho's stories are always good. Gold Dust always has some good stories because he was wild.
Oh yeah.
Damn it. Cactus Jack. All his stories are crazy good too. Like him and Taker, all the fights that they had together were insane.
Mick Foley is crazy.
Foley is insane.
Foley's a crazy. I mean, he did the whole Santa Claus thing for a year straight, and weird because you look at him, but if you look at his daughter's hot. You're like, how did that produce that?
I don't know. All I know is he was a dog when it came to fighting matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy just abused his body, man.
There are a lot of old wrestlers that talk about Mick, that he was such a good technical wrestler, good at selling things, good at working, good at works, that it's no wonder he would put himself through anything as well, like you said. It's
all for the business.
He's an incredibly good wrestler. It's part of the reason he hated. Who was it he hated so much? Was it Goldberg? Because Goldberg was just an absolute terrible wrestler. That
he was
just big and strong and good
football player turned wrestler,
brawler.
No, yeah,
it makes sense.
Mick's legend. He's just he's a great
He's
story
not like
builder.
who didn't have skill.
I just feel like the eras. I don't feel like people don't really understand what we had when we were growing up for wrestling. I mean, yeah, true. I mean, was it Generation X? I mean, Attitude Era. There'll never be anything like that again. Ever.
No, never.
It's impossible. They would be canceled so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do half the shit they do in 2024.
Oh, yeah, it was so good, man. It was so fun to watch. And then I remember all of a sudden here comes John Cena. And that was when Cena was gangster and he wore the jorts and he had the team. That's when he first came in.
Hey, he needs to go back to wrestling. He is a terrible actor. Why
What?
did he
I
keep
love-
making movies?
Uh, Dude, I love Cena. I think he's hilarious. He's
Yeah,
so funny.
I
That-
actually
I think
really
that's
I
his
like him as
best
an
suit.
actor.
Comedic
I'm not
actor.
saying he's the best actor ever, but I like him for what he is.
What
Like
was
he-
the
I feel like he doesn't take himself seriously.
Yeah, that's it. That's his great zone. Comedic
what,
act. Yeah.
what was that latest one that funny one that was on Netflix? I think it was on
Is that the one with the
the one where they
Oh,
made up that guy that they're
That's
friends.
right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I started watching it. I was like, oh, I get what this is. Looks like
Yo, bro, that movie is so funny. There's a point where he's dressed up like Britney
Ricky
Spears.
Stanicky.
Ricky
Oh,
Stenicki,
Ricky
bro.
Stenicki, yeah.
He's dressed up like Britney Spears. It's so funny.
Did you see this last
Wow.
lateral play here?
Hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder play.
Yeah, Jameson Williams with another touchdown.
Dude, he's been a great play. He turned out. That's the way they used him in Alabama.
Oh man, you guys are seeing that before I am. You just ruined it for me.
Yeah.
It's
So
kind of like it's kind
Did I
of like
lose? Did
if
I
you watch
lose?
the Simpsons broadcast that they did earlier, I noticed that anytime a Simpsons character got in the game, something was about to happen.
Yeah.
How does
Yep.
this work? How does this work in scoring?
man, touchdown.
So it was a pass. It looked like it was a lateral pass.
Yep. And Jameson Williams is going to get the receiving yards for it, but not a reception.
Yeah. It's kind of like when Josh Allen threw himself a touchdown pass via
Yep.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but what about Amon-Ra St. Brown? What is he getting at?
He gets the reception and the yards up into the point he laddered it.
Oh,
Yeah, they've had plays like this before.
that's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Not the Lions, but just in scoring.
Does it go down as a passing touchdown, right? For
Yeah.
good off. All right, so
Yeah, Goff still gets his.
I'm officially a second place finisher.
He's pissed.
At least you got there. I mean, I made it almost in every playoff and got eliminated in the first round.
That happens, man. This has been probably the weirdest year I've ever played fantasy football. It's been so crazy. I mean, I feel like in Scott Fishbowl, the first 3 weeks, I was in the top 12. I was like, yes, so this is a great year. And all of a sudden, Rashid Rice goes out. Rashid Shaheed goes out. Then I also and these are all players that were scoring massive points. And then damn it, who's the other cat from the Buccaneers that got hurt this year?
Godwin.
Yeah,
Godwin?
I was just like, I just kept losing great receivers, and I drafted good receivers. It's just like, damn it. That's a lot of points to lose, and you're getting like 25 points a week from those players. That's like, oh, it was rough.
Yeah, this has been a bad week for me. I'm in 8 championships, and I'm gonna take home 1.
It's one. Hey,
Like the Fantasy Cares Eliminators were doing amazing for me. I was out of the 13 I started, I was in the final 4 of 10 of them, which felt insane. But then every week from that point on, I lost 3. So I went from 10 to 7, 7 to 4, and then 4 to 1. I get to win 1. But
At least you got one.
But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Like the lineup's just decimated. It's like, yeah, I drafted 16 players. There's like 10 who will maybe play because the other 6 are all on IR. But I mean, it was like that for everyone.
yeah. Rich, did you mean your 4th title this season?
He's Jameson winning my 4 title tonight. 4th, maybe he's saying 4th. I know Jerry's in 5, and he's trying to win fantasy football 7s, which is fucking crazy hard.
Nice, Rich. Nice. Yeah, hey, Jerry, that FF7 was pretty fun. I was in first place the whole year, and then I just again first game in the playoffs. That was it.
I kept hearing about FF7s, but I didn't actually ever figure out what it is. Can someone explain this?
It's defense orientated.
Oh, it's IDP.
Yeah, it's got IDP. It's got everything. It's just what makes it so hard is the really shallow bench. You got 5 bench spots, and you've got, I don't know, what is it, 14 starters? Makes it really, really hard.
Oh, it's kind of, this IDP Invitational I'm in is it's 30 people on a team, but 22 are starters.
16 team leagues, and it's super flex, which also makes it really hard.
Yeah.
I drafted this league this year. My strategy, I mean, I got McCaffrey at the 10th pick. I was like, yes, and that didn't work out.
Womp, womp.
And I didn't draft a quarterback until Drake May in the 9th round. And I was my whole strategy was May and Brissett, and I was just gonna have a strong just go hard and everything else, and that didn't pan out. So this is my worst year in that league.
I'm in a league called Going Deep, and it's like a who's who of people. It's like Siegel and Gretsch, the 0 running back guys, like Matt Shaw from Fantasy Sharks, JJ Zachariason, Matthew Berry, like Jeff Radcliffe, Bob Harris, Mike Clay, etc. It's Mike Clay's league. It's 18 player rosters, and you start 15.
Wow.
Every week, that is so annoying. Only having 3 bench spots and having to start 15 because buys, injuries, 3 bench spots is just.
Is there any IR spots?
Yeah, there's 2 IR spots.
Yeah, that's pretty rough too. Yeah, Iggy. I mean, that would be harder still because he only has 1, and it's. I mean, with 5 bench spots, 3 and 2. That's woof. That's so hard.
I came up with an idea. I came up with all sorts of weird league ideas. I wanted to come up with one where you basically have an unlimited bench. I mean, it's essentially unlimited, but your bench scores against you. So, however many you want, but.
Oh, yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Because you wouldn't know who you want to have on your bench. Or even if you, because you don't want people having great players too. Or do you? Is that the strategy?
That'd be hard to draft.
Yeah, you need the people who are truly the true backups. They're not going to get action unless someone gets hurt.
Oh man, yeah, that's a tough one there.
Yeah, I like that. That's what makes it more harder.
Yeah,
when you get crazy stuff like that, where it's all right, we have like you're saying, Scott, where 18, you got to start 15. I couldn't imagine.
Thinking outside the box there.
What is it? A 12-team league?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. When you have 16, 18 team leagues, and you're just all right, yeah. Who do you get? There's just no reason. How do you draft? You got to come up with such a strategy. You got to think of strategies on. All right, what can I eat? Either I'm going to go hard right away and try to grab my. Shit. If you drafted Lamar this year and you went early on quarterback, you're very happy. But you could have drafted really late, right, and got Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
Or Baker Mayfield.
I like how Purdy was a yard or 2 past the line, and he still was acting like he was going to throw.
To Purcell?
Well, I don't know who he was faking to, but he didn't throw to anyone.
Now Purdy's due a contract too after this, right?
Let's go one more year.
One more? All right.
Yeah, but I bet they get it. I bet they get this one done in the offseason.
Yeah, they'll extend in the offseason.
So
he's on a 4-year. This is his 3rd of 4 years.
Yeah.
Could Pearsall be comeback player of the year? because he got shot in the chest.
How could you not give it to him?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I guess he wouldn't be. Well, yeah, he could be comeback.
I mean, he was a rookie. I mean, I don't know. It could be. I mean, shit, it could be J.K. Dobbins. He kind of came back out of nowhere twice.
Oh,
I don't
Crazy.
trust Dobbins, but then he was on Baltimore, so there's that. But now he's with the Chargers. He's a little bit better, so I still don't trust him.
So the SFB final, there was a guy in like 11th or 12th place. He's now in first because he has Debo and Jameson Williams. There are legitimately 5, 6, 7 teams that are just fighting it out right now.
I love that.
Kind of love that, yeah.
Yeah, your league, man, it's crazy every year. Change. I love that it changes every year. This one was awesome because it was all positive points, so it made it really interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed all of the Scott Fish Bowl. I went to the live draft in Chicago with Wendy, and that was fun. Just playing in the league, new people, different people. It was fun. If I get back in next season, I think I want to go out of state, somewhere else.
I feel like we're gonna start seeing more of that. People traveling to some of them because some of them are just. It's fun to get. They're all so uniquely different. I go to multiple a year and they're just all different. So it's kind of a fun thing to experience the different ones.
Yeah,
hopefully CrowdStrike doesn't screw you over for LA again this year.
What was that?
Hopefully CrowdStrike doesn't screw you over
for
LA
know.
again.
I know. I was looking forward to that flying to LA, then red-eyeing to Boston trip. But,
seriously, I saw you were going to do that. I'm like, how in the hell?
Yeah, I was excited, man. I was excited. But, what are you going to do? I think several of the LA people are getting stolen to come to Vegas next year. So it's going to be interesting.
I want to go to the Vegas one just to experience it, whether I draft or not. I just want to be there to experience it.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
I think we got to get the Minneapolis one at Surly.
They offered it. Did you hear that? They offered it for their space for free for us.
Well, I mean, that should be a given. I mean, it's good. It's a good business. I think it's for both you and them.
Yeah, it's every time I run into one of those places that are like, well, we're gonna, this is our cost or et cetera. I'm like, we're literally bringing in $5,000 to $10,000 worth of food and drink purchases.
Last year's was like, I didn't have any food. I had 6 beers and my bill was over $100. I was like,
"Are you serious?"
I'm dead serious.
I did not realize their prices.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, it was still a lot. I mean, I had a blast.
We hit our $5,000 or $4,000, $5,000. Whatever. We hit our minimum halfway through. We hit it within 2 hours.
I thought it went over 10,000 by the time we were done.
Jeez.
I
honestly don't remember. Once we hit our minimum, I just kind of stopped caring. I think I asked at the end how much we spent, but Minnesota is one of the bigger ones, people wise. There's about 3 of them that get up over that 125, 150, 100 people, whatever.
Didn't we have? I think we had. Was it 4 or 6? Six drafts.
We had 6 drafts. Yeah. We had. I think it was about 125 people.
Yeah, it was. It's fun. I mean, if we can get it at Surly, if you're gonna do it at Surly, I think it would be. It'll be awesome. Because you can get pizzas. The pizzas are gonna be
offered it.
So. Yeah, I mean, I would say yes to that, Scott.
I wonder what Trophy Smack. I mean, I'm assuming Trophy Smack donates the space and does all that. Yep. I wonder what they pay because they put on such a freaking good.
They do. Draft. It's a heck of a show that they put on there.
Like it is. It's insane. Like I remember the first time I walked in that place, I'm like, is this a business or is this just a giant man cave?
Both.
It does have that feel. It definitely does have that feel. Yeah, I enjoy the LA one. It's a few of them are more of an experience than the others, that's for sure.
Yeah, Vegas would be. I mean, you're on top of a roof with a bunch of pools.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to experience that one this year. I wanted to this last year, but it wasn't happening. But this year, I've got to. I've heard too many fun stories coming out of that one.
I heard Boston one's really good too.
It
Yeah,
was.
I
It
seen
was.
Yeah.
I was there. It was a great time.
Yeah,
Carla was there. Carla's there.
Yeah,
Carla's
she was
there.
doing interviews. That's right.
Yep.
Are you taking her out to Vegas next year?
What was that?
Are you taking her out to Vegas next year?
Carla?
Yeah.
Maybe. We have a lot of discussions to come with the live events, and if we want to
Good
send
person,
some
man.
people there to help aid in them. Yeah, we haven't, as a board, we haven't had those discussions yet, but those ideas have percolated for sure.
She's a great human, man. She loves to help. She loves to help and promote.
Sniper Mel with the Door County. My cousin has a bar in Door County. He owns a bar in Door County. Do you get up there often, Sniper? Because that's funny. My cousin has a bar in Door County. Owns it.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Jerry wants to know, did Cincy have 6?
Yeah, since he had 6. John has some crazy ideas some really good ideas for Cincy next year. Honestly, like you know how I relinquished Minnesota to Greg? Like, John has so much he has to do. I really wish we could find someone to take over Cincinnati from him. He wants it to be his baby, and I totally get it. But man, I feel like it's better for everything if he's able to find someone to handle Cincy.
Man, Greg takes it on hard too, man. He's all about it, and he gets stressed out too, man. When we get there, he's just like, "Oh," I'm like, "Dude,
Oh yeah,
tell me
I
what you
feel
need
bad.
help with, brother."
yeah. He does seem really stressed when he's at it. He really does.
Because he wants it to be perfect, and I get.
I know he does.
I'm always there for him. Yeah, it was a blast last year. I mean, every year's been different. It's been fun. So we have definitely. I mean, everyone appreciates what you're doing, and it's a good time.
Oh yeah.
I think what makes it fun too is what you guys get to do at the end of the year. Give back. All the
It's
kids
incredible. It'd be great if we could get even more shopping trips, get more areas and people involved. I'm not going to lie with this Lions 49ers game. It does not feel like anything's been off the pedal. It feels like the 49ers have just been better than the Lions. It doesn't feel like the Lions are half-assing anything.
I mean, no lie, I kind of want the Niners to win tonight. I kind of want them to throw the Lions off their game tonight, and maybe the Lions come into Minnesota, or we come into Lions territory, and they're kind of just off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they'll have the 1 day shorter week, but it is a night game, and maybe it's a little bit of a punch. The Ivan Drago, he can bleed thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Lions feel like they're pretty invincible, even though they've lost 2 games.
The NFC North feels like they struggle when they go to the West Coast for some reason. Every NFC North team, they struggle when they go west. Whether it be the Rams, Seattle.
So, the NFC North, at least the Packers, Vikings, and Lions have lost 3 games outside of division. It was Eagles, Rams, and I can't remember the third.
Bills.
Yep, Eagles, Rams, Bills. But you're right. It does feel like sometimes that going out west, NFC North has trouble. This year, it's hard to tell because there's so few losses to have much of a sample size.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody other than the Lions could have predicted that the Vikings and the Packers would be this good.
No, I don't think so either. I think you're right.
I think that the Vikings have a chance to take it all the way to the Super Bowl.
100%. I feel that way about 3 of the AFC teams and about 7 of the NFC teams.
Like, here's part of me that desperately wants to see a Minnesota Buffalo Super Bowl.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I do. I would love it.
0-4 versus 0-4. Here we go.
One of y'all's got to win.
Somebody's got to get there first. That's the Lions too. If the Lions and Bills make it, like somebody's got to get there first here. Everybody else got one.
Yeah, I really want to see that too. I mean,
Pretty much.
if anybody deserves it, it's Josh Allen. I mean, shit, he's been working hard.
You think he wins the MVP?
I don't know, man. Look,
It's
I'm
hard.
sorry to say, but
It's
Lamar's
hard.
still better.
I think they're both going to get a lot of first place votes, but I think Allen ends up getting it.
Yeah,
At the
I mean,
current
I think if nothing else, just the bias of the fact that he hasn't yet, and Lamar's got
Yeah.
a couple.
yeah, agreed.
Like, they'll just be like, okay, you won this one last year. It was
I feel like
close.
that's going to factor.
And I think last year
they don't say that with the Chiefs.
Josh Allen had more better stats than Lamar, and Lamar won it.
And this
Maybe
year, I
they're-
feel like Lamar's got better stats than Allen. But
Yeah, he does, and I
But-
think they're gonna just kind of reverse it there.
I mean, but
Yeah,
the truth is, I mean, I honestly was really fading Josh Allen going into the season after everything that happened with his receiving core. I thought, okay, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's he going to throw it to? And he's just proven he'll throw it to whoever the hell's there. It's fine. He'll make it work.
And that's what makes a good quarterback.
Yes.
You know, whoever's out there running the routes, you know.
He didn't,
If
he
the
didn't get
Bills
a Derrick
had
Henry to come in.
yeah, if the Bills had a Derrick Henry and they had a Kyle Hamilton and they had some of the, I'm not sure the Bills have a loss. You know, like I feel like Lamar's got a little bit of an advantage there for his
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, anybody
I
having
really
Henry
thought
in the backfield, that's awesome.
Yeah, no. In the end, the Derrick Henry thing, I mean, I also was kind of a big fade on that. I'm like, you guys already have a running back. His name's Lamar Jackson.
Different kind of running back.
But it totally just enabled both of them, like really
your
well.
thunder and lightning style right there. You know, it does work.
Of course, there's also the whole question of if he breaks Dickerson's record, does Saquon get in that conversation?
I mean, I
Well-
think he's already in the conversation. I just don't think he's winning.
He'll get offensive
My
player
son
of the year.
wants him to win, but I don't know.
I mean, he could be your comeback player of the year. Fantasy wise.
But see, here's the other problem I have, and I've had this problem for a few years now. Yes, he could break Eric Dickerson's record, which Eric Dickerson set in 16 games.
14, I thought.
No, it was 16.
Yeah,
Dickerson was 16.
I thought he only played.
Ditka's record that got broken by Bowers was 14.
That was pretty awesome. I mean, that was like 1967. Man, that's pretty awesome that somebody finally broke that record. I like to see when people break records. You know, it's good for the game.
It is good for the game.
For me, there's always just that asterisk of like you need to figure out what the average is. I mean, I get it, but and you have to, but it's still like, yeah, but I got more per game.
Yeah.
We got to remember, Adrian Peterson was, 8 yards short of the record?
Yeah.
But it's going to be really interesting to see if Philadelphia even plays Saquon.
Yeah, they will. I mean, he's 101 away, 103 away.
101,
Yeah. How do you not let it against the Giants?
I
Against
mean,
the team that
at the
dumped
end
you?
of that game, and maybe because their top 2 quarterbacks throw out, he had 30 plus carries. Like they know what's up, you know?
Yeah.
What if Giants just go out there and just say, fuck Saquon, and they just go right
That wouldn't
after
be the first time. Remember the Bears against Jared Allen when Jared Allen needed a sack and a half or whatever? It was just 1 sack, and they were like,
Yep, I was at that game. I remember that was at the Metrodome, and that's Brian Urlacher. I remember him catching an interception in the end zone, and 2 guys tackled him, and I thought he died. Like, he got hit like this, and he like flipped and fell, and then he just got up. I was like, dude, if that happened to me, I would have been like literally snapped in half. Like, I don't know how he got up. Urlacher was a different kind of animal.
Hey,
Yeah.
they drafted him as a safety, or he was a safety. Then they put him at right side of the linebacker. Then they put him at left side. They couldn't figure out where to put him. Then they just finally say, hey, you know what? Go. We're gonna put you in the middle. And the rest is history with him.
Yeah, Allen was just short, man.
I loved him when he was on the Bears.
Oh, you liked him when he came to the Bears?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off, guys, and I'm gonna get my kids to bed, and then I might either come back or go live myself or something. Maybe just watch the game. I don't know, but gotta get my kids to bed now. It's about 8:30. So
Appreciate you popping on,
See what I got in
Scott.
the mail here, Scott.
Awesome hanging out with you.
oh, nice. That's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, you guys take care. Have a good rest of your night.
Good
Later,
night,
Scott.
Scott.
Appreciate you.
Later.
All right. Oh, this game is interesting. I want to see. Like I said, I really want to see. I would really like to see the Lions lose tonight.
Chef, I remember that. Hey, did you see what Chef said? I don't know. Did you ever see that one? That injury? Johnny Knox?
Johnny.
He was on the Bears, and he got hit, and it literally bent him backwards in half, ended his career.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean that's
you would have
that's
seen
what I'm
it.
saying. Urlacher
like,
literally
wow.
in the end zone makes an interception, and it was just like, blam! I was like, that dude is not getting up. Whoop! Runs off with the ball. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, he was a big dude. He was all muscle, and he had a nose for the ball. And man, he was one of the best linebackers to ever do it.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, I've got a bunch. I've got just a crazy number of jerseys on my wall here because I said screw it. And up in the upper right hand corner, I've got Urlacher.
Oh no, he's no Luke Kuechly. I'll tell you that.
Is it autographed?
No, it's not autographed. So I actually have a Kuechly over here too. I just got it.
Dude, Kuechly is he's my favorite. I don't know. It's pretty tough because I like Julius Peppers. He was probably my favorite Panther of all time. Is either one of those. Oh man, there's so many good ones because I liked Emmett or
Like the color.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I got my Jalen Johnson. That's the one I cherish.
No, it's or oof. Greg Olson was definitely a better Panther than a Bear.
My favorite was Steve Smith.
Oh, Steve Smith,
Oh, yeah.
York. Best shit talker of all time.
And he was fast.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
Yeah, hey, you know why the Bears traded Greg Olson, right? Because Mike Martz, when he was the offensive coordinator, he said he doesn't block. We need a blocking tight end. So they traded him away.
I think I've heard that before, actually.
Good,
Yeah.
because the Panthers showed him out. He came out to play for the Panthers.
Everybody was excited when we drafted him. You keep him a few years and then you just trade him away because he's not blocking.
Well, he blocked for the Panthers.
Yeah. He sure did.
Jake Delhomme, baby.
I just want to note that Deebo Samuel was all up in his offense for the first drive, and he has done nothing since.
But you're going to put it into existence. He's going to run it all the way.
Get him.
Oh, big play.
Yeah, that's
Jake
when Delhomme was fucking Delhomme, baby. Jake Delhomme.
Hey, so all offseason, me and JC were doing a lot of best ball drafts. And I kept drafting Garendo as my last pick. It worked out for me.
Yeah, I bet.
I mix them in here and there, too,
Yeah, that's smart.
at the end.
In there.
Yeah, I kept telling JC, I was like, hey, McCaffrey, he's due for an injury, man. I can't trust it. They're overusing him. He's gonna get injured.
I just didn't know it would be before the first play of the season. Like that feels really bad.
Dude.
Draft him and like literally, it's not like he got hurt in the first game. He didn't pull an Aaron Rodgers. He just didn't even get out there till week 10, and we didn't know it until 90 minutes before game time. How the hell are you out for like 9 weeks, and we don't know until 90 minutes before week 1 starts?
Because fuck Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, seriously, he should have been fined or something for that. I don't know. There's no way you have an injury that has you out that long, and you don't know until 90 minutes before game time.
Maybe he fell at home.
We didn't know about that.
We had that scenario in Chicago. One of our defensive players, he says he tripped over his bag in his hallway and he broke both his wrists, or one of his wrists.
Wow.
Come on, Purdy. What do you got? Oh, first down. Big run. Damn.
He's so good after the catch.
Is that used yet? Or was that Kittle?
That's Kittle.
Yeah, that's coming back though.
Offensive pass interference.
OPI. Okay, I had mail day. I wanna see what actually came today. Like I told you, I wasn't a jersey addict until like March, and then I became a jersey addict.
Nothing wrong with that. I have about 20 in my basement, all wrapped up in plastic and everything.
So I found, and I hate to even say this out loud because I'm probably just screwing myself by doing so, but every jersey I have literally came from shopgoodwill.com. And you can get some crazy good deals there. And like last I checked, I have something like before March, I think I had 1 or 2. I now have something like 325.
Ooh, fresh cold one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you say 25?
What?
25?
325.
Oh,
I have a spreadsheet.
Jerseys? What the fuck?
that is a lot of jerseys.
My whole thing was I wanted to start by doing content that involved like wearing jerseys. I needed a jersey for each team.
You know who that is?
54. Fred Warner?
Fred Warner.
Yeah.
These are the actual helmets too. Comes with the warning.
You don't see those, the actual helmets.
Ooh.
It's like a $500 helmet.
I got a DJ Moore autograph one up there. I got a Lance Briggs autograph football.
I still thought at the expo, I thought, oh, this is good. This guy used to be relevant. This was a fun thing from the past. Hey.
Let's hold on.
That's a dog pound?
Yeah, welcome to the dog pound.
Oh, Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
Nice.
Like, who was honestly not, at the time of the expo, not relevant.
You ever seen these?
Beanie Babies?
The Bambino Bear. Check this out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, watch this.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Rice number 80.
You have an error bear.
Nice.
2 Hall of Famers on there.
Wow.
An error bear.
That's my prize. Yeah, I was crazy when I got that. I was like, whoa.
This isn't full size, but I was thrilled when I got this.
Emmitt Smith.
No.
That's Emmitt Smith.
Oh, that's Emmitt Smith.
Wow.
Double signature.
Yeah.
Um,
I gotta straighten this thing out there.
Troy Aikman, right?
Yep. Aikman and Smith. I got that one, and
Yeah, I see all your jerseys on your wall, man. That's awesome. I like jerseys too, but I don't have that many.
I wanted to do content, and then honestly, they're just so cheap. You can get them so freaking cheap. Oh God, hang on. I got to angle this somehow.
Tony Romo and Jason Witten.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The autograph guy?
Yeah.
Who, me?
You just look at it right away. I'm over here struggling, and he's
just boom.
Mr. Boombastic, baby.
Yeah, those are a couple of my fun ones. I don't know. I wasn't real big into memorabilia and stuff, and then just all of a sudden I was.
my wife.
Just out of nowhere, I was like, I mean, you find those things like, I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that
Drake May.
Nope. Caleb Williams 10. Josh Allen bronze. It's a 9, and Matthew Stafford 10.
Oh, I saw 9. I thought Drake May.
So if Josh Allen wins MVP and gets to the Super Bowl, I'm definitely selling that card. It's out. I have no attachment to it because I'm a Bears fan and I want Bears stuff.
I just got this was mail day. It's not signed or anything. Just
No, so you collect them in the military colors.
yeah. So I actually do. Yeah, I'm trying to make this whole wall salute to service stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. My dad was Air Force.
Nice.
So I always was kind of I appreciated the sacrifices.
Absolutely.
I was in the Air Force.
JC was in Japan.
My dad was in the Air Force, which is why I was never in the Air Force.
My dad was in the Navy. That's why I was in the Air Force.
Oh wait.
I just seen Scott change his little title to the other bald Scott.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll test y'all on this one. Let me get this sticker off of it first. Don't put stickers on things, guys.
If I would have known Scott Fish was going to be on there, I would have put my Scott Fish shirt on too.
I didn't even know. I wanted to play in Scott Fish so bad this year that I wanted to make sure I got noticed. I literally bought 20 shirts, like all 4 of the 3-packs that they had. I bought them all, and then when they actually released them at large, I'm like, well, I need that one and that one. Like this one, the only reason I have this one is because Tom Everett Scott was in my division in LA. So I wanted to get it in time. I actually got it like the day after the actual draft, so I couldn't wear it, which wouldn't have mattered because he couldn't be it anyway. Okay, this one, let's see. This one's gonna be a little tricky.
Drew Bledsoe.
Nice. He knew that because he used to play for his team. He knew that right away. Oh,
Yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, I've wanted something Bledsoe. I don't have anything Bledsoe at all. And
so here's a shirt. I made this for the Scott Fish Bowl 12 live draft. Because it's here in Minneapolis. It was for music.
Purple.
nice.
Prince, baby.
I was going to say that's the Prince symbol.
Yeah.
What year is it when they did the halftime show for dedicated to Prince?
I think Prince did a halftime show too.
He did. That was a while ago.
But after he passed, they did one for him. Then somebody did it.
I don't remember.
Oh, you know what? It was Usher, wasn't it? I think it may have been Usher. Or Justin Timberlake. I don't know.
Let's see here.
This got to go somewhere. I can't.
Well, what do you guys got? Anybody still trying to get into there? Anybody else trying to win a championship? Anybody there?
I am not.
Still fighting?
Effectively, all of mine were done coming into tonight. I did have one that I could have won if Let's see. If Jameson Williams, Jameson Williams, George Kittle, and Jared Goff all got a combined less than 4 points. Needless to say,
not doing well.
Needless to say, that one's done. Oh, wait, hang on. I did have another one. If Deebo Samuel had somehow put up a 60 burger,
He could go off in the second half.
Yeah, he'd have to really go off.
yeah,
He can play every
he has a
position.
1.6 burger at the moment, not a 60 burger.
1.6 Happy Meal.
Fellas, I have to cut out. I have to go eat before my food gets cold. My wife brought home tacos. Yep,
Nice. Enjoy.
I love tacos.
absolutely. Me and JC talk about it like every time we talk tacos. But
I
you
just
guys
had
have
tacos
a
yesterday.
great night, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Later.
All right. Good night.
I just had tacos last night, bro. This is my place down the street. Oh my goodness, K Tacos. I'll be going to get barbacoa from there. So good.
Oh man, so I'm from Texas, but I'm a transplant. I've been in California now for quite some time. So when you're from Texas, you're raised on things like barbecue and stuff like that. My now wife has broken me, and I don't appreciate that for her. In that, she turned me into a vegetarian, and
Oh,
I can't even tell you how often I miss like all the meats.
I bet.
Like
Wow.
though I'm a I think I've called myself I'm a trash can vegetarian, and that is if there's meat that's basically going to either go in my stomach or in the trash can, I'm willing to eat that because then at least the death of the animal was not like in vain. At least
I don't think you can be a vegetarian and do that. I mean, yeah, you can't. You can't be a vegan and do that.
Oh no. Let me tell you, it is hard. Like I've seen enough stuff that like I get behind. Like I saw too much stuff about the industry, didn't love it, and so but I literally at the point when my wife finally broke me for like probably 2 months straight. Anytime we'd go out to eat, I'd look at something on a menu that looked great, and I would just look, hey, how family friendly are we here? No. I would just look at my wife and I'd say, F you. And she knew what I meant. She not really F you, but I hate the fact that you broke me, and now I don't want to eat this.
Lassoed you. You got lassoed. Yeah, there's no way I could not eat meat.
The truth is the only way I can truly make it is because they've got the stuff like Beyond and Impossible and stuff that really it kind of passes like the 97% test. Like if you have like a Beyond or Impossible burger and you got stuff on it, it's 97% as good as a normal burger as long as they.
No,
like,
it's 90%, not even close to a normal burger.
No. Because here's the thing: if you just take a piece of like ground beef and you turn it into a hamburger patty, and that's all you do. There's no seasoning or anything. It's not great. Same with the Beyond and Impossible. If you don't use any seasoning, it's not great. But
It's
if you
also
season,
not meat.
yeah, but if you season it well, like I've seen some Beyond Impossible burgers that seasoned well, it could be served you wouldn't know it wasn't meat, and you wouldn't actually know. Like,
You know, my sister tricked me one time with she said I was eating mashed potatoes and I was eating fucking cauliflower.
oh, and that's it. I did
I was like, that's not cool.
I did Atkins a number of years ago, basically right before my 10-year high school reunion, because I just wanted to lose weight. And I tried that. Oh, hell no. Hell. And see, that's the problem. I don't like vegetables. I can't be vegetarian. Like, I don't ever want to call myself a vegetarian. I'm just a non-meat eater. I just eat a shit ton of pasta.
Yeah, I like pasta too, but carbs, a lot of carbs. See,
Yeah.
the vegan stuff, man, like ice cream now, dude, it's starting to get to me where it's just really affecting my stomach, and I hate that. Like the milk, dude, and I can't stand it because I love ice cream so
I do
much.
too.
I'm so pissed.
And don't get me wrong, I am no vegan. Cheese, sour cream, ice cream, all that stuff. I've joked I'm okay with raping the animal, just not murdering them.
That's it.
I mean, I have to draw my line somewhere. And plus, vegan cheeses are disgusting for the most part.
So I had vegan. So I went to this place and I got vegan French soaked pie, and it was really good. Surprisingly, and I also had a vegan. Actually, some of my favorite brownies are vegan. They're phenomenal. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I mean,
Some are good.
I mean, being out here in LA, we get to have fun things like vegan street fairs and stuff like that. And let me tell you, they are doing a lot.
Yeah, they can figure out ways to make things work out. I got friends that are vegans, and man, my buddy, he's like, I miss meat and cheese and all this stuff so bad, but they figure out ways like to get around stuff. But
Yeah,
they
no,
got cream cheese now. Like my sister had this cream cheese, and I was like, it looked like gelatin. I was like, this is what? It's made from like walnuts or some shit, or I don't know. But they got Phillips. They make Phillips cream cheese. They actually got a plant-based one that tastes legit just like normal cream cheese.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of the shit's just like, oh.
Some of it's still not good. I mean,
stuff
like
that
I miss bacon so bad. And the one thing that tempeh that they use for bacon is it is still disgusting. I
the
can't.
plant-based bacon where it looks like red, like it's like bright red. You're like, that is not bacon. Do not try to tell me that's bacon.
No,
that is
not.
Dan Campbell's mad they're losing.
What?
I said,
Hey.
yeah, he sounds like he's upset. I mean, he always sounds like he's upset, but I don't think he's happy that they're losing.
He said we're giving it all we got. How are they going to win a playoff game when they can't beat the 49ers?
You know what? He just needs to be like, yeah, you know what? We just didn't give an F. Okay, why can Craig not catch these balls and run them out himself? I need Craig Reynolds catching them, not don't be the blocker.
Oh yeah, he's not the far back guy, is he, tonight?
He hasn't been so far. I mean, I don't think I'm looking at the scores. I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, I'm still a good 50, almost 52 points up on third place, but the one below him, I'm still like I'm up far enough that I definitely should not get hosed.
Yeah. They're going to have to play their They're going to have to play their starters if they want to come out and make a statement.
But you watch, man. Don't be like Tampa Bay was when, like, you're basically in garbage time, and with like 35 seconds left, you lose Godwin for the year. Like, I get that you want to win and all, but do you want to win Week 17 against the Niners, or do you want to win the Super Bowl?
Ooh, is Amon Ra came up a little limp there.
Yeah.
Charlie Ross, no kneecap.
Ooh, it's hyperextended the leg a little bit.
See?
That's what I'm saying, man.
You got to be smart about this.
I like to see it next week versus the Vikings. Oh, I'm St. Brown. I want to see it.
Man, that's going to be one hell of a game.
I'm pissed that they flex it to 7:30. That means I'm going to be at the bar late.
I mean, there's no way they weren't going to.
All in Uber. Yeah, he came up limp, man. Who do they got? I mean, here you go. Maybe Craig Reynolds gets some plays.
That's what I'm hoping. Pull Gibbs. Pull
Gregory.
Gibbs. Pull Amon-Ra. Pull Goff. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need to pull Goff. I mean, it's probably not the worst idea, but again, why do you want to win Week 17 or do you want to win the Super Bowl?
What was
Apparently, if you're Dan Campbell, you want to win Week 17.
Chargers are looking pretty recharged though, aren't they? Last couple weeks.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of really scary teams.
Everybody's sleeping on the Rams, I think.
Well, Rams already beat the Vikings, so I'm not sleeping on them.
I think they can beat Detroit too.
I don't think that there's a team in the NFC that can't beat another team in the NFC.
Well, we haven't beat the Lions yet, so
I mean, it depends. If the Falcons get in, I'd say that they're definitely going to get like ape smashed by either the Vikings or the Lions. But I don't know. The Bucs could be scary potentially. I mean, look what they did to Philadelphia last year.
Dan Campbell looks like he bench presses a Lion. Yeah, Gibbs getting shut down tonight.
He's not getting shut down too much. He scored. I mean, I would definitely have a higher score if I had played him, but would have had no chance to win first place. So, hashtag no regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Guy's almost got 1,000 yards on 50 catches, 49 catches. That's pretty good.
Is that Amon-Ra?
No, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, he's
four receiving touchdowns of 50+ yards.
well. I mean, shit. That's how they used him in Alabama. That's how they should have been using him this whole time.
Allen Robinson? Holy shit.
When's the last time you seen that name called?
I literally think he has stats like he had like one catch in one game so far this year. I didn't even realize he was on the Lions.
I don't think the Lions even realized he was.
Oh, hang on. Oh, damn it. No. I thought they were going to give it to Craig Reynolds.
You need some Gregory.
I do. Not to mention, I think because of it, I think I might have actually done a bet of an anytime touchdown for him.
I mean, you might as well if you're hoping for upside.
That's like equivalent to when the Patriots signed Mohamed Sanu. Like Allen, like that's like so. You're like, whoa.
Mohamed Sanu. Names you don't hear about. Oh my goodness. Martavis Bryant, baby. He was one of my favorites.
He was good for a little bit there. Him and Mike
Yeah,
Wallace.
until he got caught smoking weed and then he was out. Banned.
Which kills me because Randy Moss was allowed to smoke his entire career, wasn't he?
Yeah, you probably. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but when you're Randy Moss.
Yeah, you're right there too. When you're Randy Moss, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know. Are they going to score here, you think? Or a field goal?
I think they're going to score. I think it's going to go to Laporta.
Haven't seen much of him, man. He took a big hit earlier on an incomplete pass.
Laporta?
Yeah.
What
I don't think he liked it very much, but he didn't get hurt, but like I think it might. There it is. He called it.
Did he catch that?
Yeah.
Touchdown? Did you get a Laporta touchdown?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys called it.
No, I didn't call it. I watched it.
Oh, he beat it. Oh,
Oh,
I'm not going to take credit for something I didn't earn. Okay, now we got ourselves a game.
now we got a game.
Now we got ourselves a game.
Do we got ourselves a game or do we got ourselves a game?
No, we have ourselves a game.
What the heck, Fred?
that was easy.
A 2-point conversion?
They have so many weapons.
Who scored that?
Tim Patrick.
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 This is weird. Usually I'm the one whose game is always behind.
Tim Patrick. Old Bronco.
Yeah. Let me tell you, the whole Jerry Jeudy getting out of there and going to Cleveland worked out so well for both him and Sutton.
Yeah, it helped out it helped out the Broncos in total.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're gonna go until the fourth. Once the fourth quarter starts, we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Because I am going on vacation tomorrow, and I gotta start packing.
Oh, nice. Where are you going?
I'm just going up north. I'm going to Duluth. What's north here? It's up by Lake Superior.
Yep.
So yeah, it's nice because we're gonna have we got a hotel and we're right on the water. We got a balcony. We got a whirlpool in the bedroom. It'll be nice. We'll be up there until Friday, so it should be nice. Our anniversary's tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I get to spend tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in a dentist chair. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because your tooth and.
But thank God.
Yeah, you'll be happy, man.
I'll at least get this damn pain gone. Like seriously,
Tooth pain is the worst.
It is the freaking worst.
It's up there. He said, "Are you going there just to buy winter gear?" Probably actually warmer up there by the lake than it is down here. It's been cold here in the city. Luckily,
let me tell you,
warm here. We have, by the way, the weather forecast tonight was freezing fog.
Freezing fog?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, "What the shit kind of weather?"
What the hell is that? Is that just like a wall?
It's like crushed ice. Is it like crushed ice if you go through?
Use your imagination, because I don't know either.
We got lucky. Today it was like 55 degrees up here in New England, but it was raining, but it was like warm. It was one of the.
I do not miss this. This is where me being in Los Angeles, I'm good with that. Oh, look at all these points that Dino's getting on the return that I'm not going to get in my damn league because they don't do return yards.
Yeah, that's got to be a norm, I think, in all leagues.
Getting return yards?
Yeah.
You really should.
It needs to be a norm.
Like, I mean,
Especially
I don't know if it necessarily needs as much of a multiplier as like Scott Fishbowl had this year, but like they should get it. I mean, at least
0.1 points per yard.
Yeah,
I mean, at least 0.05.
It's like every other person's yard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see possibly going 0.05 just because usually on a kick return, like you're going to get 20 yards just because you've got to run up to it. Like,
yeah, but if you're in a 12-team or 14-team league, it's nice to have.
Yeah, but no, I like it. It messes with the math. Honestly, if they want to make the dynamic kickoff actually dynamic, what they need to do is basically keep the rule the same, but every time you kick a touchback, the other team cumulatively gets 5 more yards.
That's not a bad idea.
So yeah, start from the 30, then the 35, then the 40, then the 45. Like, eventually they're gonna be like, okay, we'll let them return it.
Yeah, I think the kicker should move back 10 yards, and they should just keep it how it is. That's it. it sucks that you I mean, fuck, if you wanted to play returners versus Minnesota this year, good luck. Because Reichard kicked it out of the end zone, I think, almost every time. Like, you have to find punt returners because, I mean, they're not the same. Like, punt returners and kick returners, like, they don't, not everybody does it both.
Oh, no.
So, like I said, if you had a guy on your team who only returns kicks, good luck against us, Minnesota, because they don't allow it. They kick it right out the fucking end zone.
Minnesota's like the worst to go against.
Yeah, man. I remember looking at that in Scott Fish. I was like, I just need somebody to, and I was like, ooh, this guy's available versus Minnesota. And I went and looked at that. And I was like, well, they don't allow anything. Well, I ain't doing that this week.
I mean, I was working on. I never was able to get an article put together that I wanted to on kick returns. But the truth of the matter is I realized after watching one week when Dallas was just getting, I think it was hammered by. Was it when they got blown out by the Saints or something? That Turpin was taking them literally like 7-8 yards deep out of the end zone. The truth of the matter is that's not a bad play. Because if you have an actual decent kick returner, the amount of time that's going to be, like from the time you catch it until you actually can contact the other players, you have more time to figure out a lane, more time for things to get blocked.
You gotta make that block, bud.
I think that more teams should take it out of the end zone.
Yeah, but it's a far way to run that. I feel like
Debo!
There you go.
All I see is George Kittle drinking Gatorade.
Sorry. Didn't mean to play spoiler, but we're working on that 60 burger.
He's at 5. What is he at now? 8
Also,
points?
I get that Purdy gets yards and credit for this, but it's kind of bullshit. Like, do you hand off the ball behind you or in front of you? If it's behind you, as a QB, you get nothing, or to the side. But if you just toss it like 2 inches,
you do the little tap thing,
or basically just drop the
touchdown. Passing touchdown.
Basically, drop the ball and let the guy catch it. It's now a passing touchdown.
Gotta love it. Talk about efficiency.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm a QB, I'm doing that for my runs as much as I can just to pad the stats.
For sure, that's what I'm thinking too.
I mean, stats are money.
Field goal extra point is good. Debo loves it. He's like,
while we're at the break, I can use the restroom again.
He said, I don't remember the last time I was in the end zone. Oh, Shanahan.
I took Debo in a 3rd round on one team, and I don't know why I did. It was just because it was my last entry, and I was going for like home run picks. I'm like, this is going to be my all upside team, and I stupidly took Debo in the 3rd round.
I took Cooper Kupp in the 2nd round. Man,
Yeah.
Adams, I thought Adams was going to be a lot better than he was, and he didn't turn out until like fucking last 2 weeks.
Adams did all right, you know.
Oh,
If you didn't, you should have known when to not start him. He was kind of easy to read as far as that goes. But it does suck that he costed you a second,
yeah,
mid-2nd round pick, late 2nd round pick.
Him and Cooper Kupp. I wanted to see Amon-Ra play a lot better than he did. He still did good, top 4.
Yeah, his points, his fantasy production's always like sneaky. It never seems like when you look at his stats at the end of the year, you always think that you're like, wow, I can't believe he was he was that involved, but he is like he's just that consistent that you don't notice it.
Yeah.
But the
Oh,
ceiling,
no,
but the boom and get the 30-point games. I feel like aren't going to be there anymore for him. I haven't seen many like in his first couple seasons.
Yeah, I'm okay with just being consistent. If you can be a consistent, top 10 wide receiver every week, top 14 wide receiver a week, I'm pretty happy with that.
Nope, still.
Mims, man, he was last week. Holy shit.
Greg Reynolds still not running it out. Damn it.
He said sorry. They could say no.
I mean, again, I don't think I'm concerned with them. But though I'm watching this one guy come up the charts here. I'm like, I might need this game to end here quickly.
God, are you singing karaoke again this year or what?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I need to get in better shape than I was last year.
Are you gonna go? Are you going this year to the expo?
I'm sure I will.
It's so much fun.
It really is. There's another one. There's another league that I'm in, and they have kind of this other expo type thing. It's in Texas. It's the week. It had been the same weekend as the expo for like the last couple of years, but I kind of gave them some feedback. I'm like, if you put this somewhere else, you might get some other people who are coming. And I'm trying to. What's it called?
I thought there was one in Vegas.
No, it's in it's in Austin in August. It's the weekend before the expo.
Damn.
EFG. What is EFG?
Ooh, big Laporta play. Ooh, flag on the play. Gibbs, come on. Let's get some Gibbs action. I want Jerry to get that money. Get that money.
I'll have to find it, but they run a lot of weird leagues, which is my thing.
How are the Bruins doing?
The Boston Bruins?
Yeah.
20. I think they're 20-14. I think they're like 6th in the Eastern Conference, but there's the 7th, 8th, and 9th place team that have a couple of games in hand. So they're playing much better since they fired their coach.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. Once football's done, man, I think I start following hockey. I'm not super big in basketball. I mean, the Wolves are pretty good, but
yeah, I don't really follow the Celtics either. I'm not a big Jason Tatum fan, and just basketball, the NBA, the way the game is played. I'm an old school guy.
It ain't nothing like the Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen days.
Even before that too. Like I played high school basketball, so in like a highly competitive conference, the Greater Boston League. So like it's just the game it's just all 3-pointers now. It really is. Like the Celtics are attempting like 55 3-pointers a game. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy because I saw like the shot where they take their shots from. So like the average, it's like either inside the key, right underneath the basket, or outside the fucking 3-point line. Nothing inside that area.
They have that 7'3" guy, and still Jason Tatum is still the best rebounder on the team. That baffles me. Like they have nobody in nothing inside at all.
Come on. Sack. Goff got sacked. There's some points lost there. Joey Bosa. He's here playing his flag on you, Goff. Dude, he just tossed that boy like it was nothing. He said, sit the down. Sit down, big boy.
Long though.
Then he made a peanut butter and Goff sandwich.
Oh. It is good.
Good field goal. This kid's been good too for rookie. The Bates.
Helps being indoors a lot too, for sure.
I mean, shit, you can be a beast when when you put your hands up and your hands literally touch the rim. I would say you can be a beast. It's not hard.
That dude is
He's like,
he kind of looks like the wacky arm.
Inflatable arm flailing tube man.
What?
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yes. He's about as tall as one of those too.
Super skinny. Oh no, Jerry. Bosa scores 4 more points. I lose FF7s. Oh no. No more for Bosa. Everyone's losing.
I'm over here trying to figure out how close I am to getting put out a second place in this other league.
You're invited to a party. Why don't you ask?
3.
It's
99.4.
oh shit. I had $40 off now.
Oh man, this is getting a little closer than I would have liked. I need
Like Gumby with a little weight training.
Damn it, Jerry. I'm sorry. That sucks, man.
Oh no. Jerry. All right.
Did you guys hear that?
What is that your kid?
That's my daughter. Yeah, she asked if if I was invited to a party, why am I not at the party?
He's at the party.
This is the party.
You want to pop on and say hello real quick?
Yep.
Say something.
Hi.
Say hi, JC.
Hi, JC.
Say
I'm gonna be
hi.
on a YouTube channel soon.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
You're gonna have your own YouTube channel?
Hold on here. There you go.
You're gonna have your own YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's gonna be a toy review.
Toy reviews. That's pretty cool.
Oh, you're gonna be the
What's
next
first toy?
Ryan Tran?
I'm gonna try to break world record for the most subscribers.
You could do that. I just gotta put your mind to it. What's the first toy that you're gonna do a review on?
It's my Wicked doll.
Oh, the Wicked doll.
Yeah.
That's a good one right now. Wicked's everywhere.
What's your favorite thing about the doll?
Is that I don't know. I like all of the parts, but my most favorite is that
What you got?
uh,
Unprepared, just like Dad. Nice. All right.
It's all right.
You know, say thanks for letting me talk.
thanks for letting me talk. Bye.
Hey, all
Thanks
I
for
said
talking.
practice, Keller. It just takes practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect, JC said.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
confidence. Be confident. Always being confident in yourself.
Always be confident.
I love that.
Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. She was dying. She was been prancing over here for like 10 minutes. I'm like, well, just get this over with.
He's like, Dad, come on.
Nice.
All right, what we got here? What just happened? I saw something. Oh, Branch, he's getting in there.
Dion Branch?
It's Brian Branch.
Brian Branch. Oh, so that pick's gonna count.
He's so good.
2 picks in a row.
Didn't count. I love it. Because I'm playing against him.
Playing against Branch.
Yeah.
That's a pick, right?
I benched Branch.
Well, yeah, he threw that. He just threw that right to him. What the? Jeez, that's so bad. Pretty. I don't know if he knew he was throwing to.
I had between Derwin James, Kyle Hamilton, and Brian Branch. Choose 2.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton.
Gonna have to study up on my IDP because I'm lost when you guys start talking about that shit.
Oh, that's okay. This time last
fun to
year, I
watch
would have been
both
2. I still mostly am.
It's really fun to watch both sides of the game.
It really
No.
is nice.
I mean, I definitely watch. I pay attention to like the defensive players. I just never really was like the numbers part.
I think you'll pay attention more because you'll be like, "Oh yes, big sack." Because I mean, you're looking for tackles, so you're looking for your guy
Yeah.
on the field to get tackles. Like, his tackles are, 2 points per tackle.
It made me care a lot more about the Chicago-Seattle game
right?
because
6-3.
I had Leonard Williams.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Dallas game, I was really pissed because Mika. Last week he had 20 points. This week, 7. I'm like, you suck, dude. He was playing so bad.
The whole team was playing bad.
He did have a big hit on Pickett though. He's right in the chest. That's what put Pickett out of the game. And
Yeah,
then
they,
their backup comes in and throws a touchdown.
I mean, without them having Jalen Hurts thinking that we might get more possessions and CeeDee Lamb being out, I somehow convinced myself here to play Brandon Cooks over Tyreek Hill. I'd like that back. Though in fairness, I also played Josh Downs, which felt like it should have been more reasonable than it ended up being. Like, how does Indianapolis put up 33 points and Josh Downs gets 5.7? 3
Wacko
receptions.
looking wacko. There we go, Chef. He said -2. Let's keep it going. Yeah, go backwards. So I'm saying when you see those guys that you're like, oh, I'm losing by 2 points, then boom, interception. Now you're winning again. Jeff said, just tell her we all went and bought the Wicked doll because of the review.
In one of Cooter Doodle's Fantasy Cares Eliminators, I ended up getting put out in top 3 because of the fumble on Rashad White at the end of the game. Like, I was fine until that. And that it was because they had, I mean, I don't know if you guys are playing the Eliminators, but you were rewarded for fumbles and interceptions.
Yeah, I didn't do so hot in that because I'm not a big MFL person. The one thing I hate about it is you set your freaking queue, and once it gets past your turn, your queue completely resets.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yes. I was not happy with it
Because it picks a whole bunch of players that I didn't even want. I'm just
Wait,
like,
is that Craig Reynolds? Craig Reynolds. I'll take anything. No, I showed my wife the interface on that,
oh, I hate it so much.
and she accidentally might have had the best quote I'd ever heard on it. I showed her this. I'm like, so yeah, this is what MFL looks like. She said, did you say MFL or FML?
Yeah, FML for real. It's so hard. Yeah, I was like, damn. And I liked the concept too, where like it was punters and kickers and coaches, and you got points for losses, for coaching losses.
Yeah. So I have so many thoughts on that. The truth is most of the time you should not have drafted punters or coaches.
Like if you would have drafted the Bears punter, you've been good. He's punted. Last week he punted 7 times. I mean, shit.
But see, that's the thing. You don't get points per punt.
You get points per yards punt.
No.
Right?
Your score was based on your average for the game, regardless of how many punts you had.
Oh, that's stupid.
The truth is what you wanted was them to have one punt that just knocked it out of the park, and then to not punt again.
That's
so
boring.
You basically, like, roughly 15 points was about the max you could get off of a punter.
I don't like that scoring. You should get punts per punt, scores per punt.
Coaches could only get 10 points for losing. Like for the most part, if your coaches and your punters were scoring, there was a very good chance that you were losing or in danger of being eliminated.
I didn't do so hot. I'll just say I didn't do good.
Or you had a bunch of people on bye week. That 10-point played. Yeah.
Jerry says Shedeur Sanders wore Giants cleats, and the Giants immediately won their next game to avoid Sanders. I mean, I wouldn't want to have Deion Sanders chatting and chirping in my ear either.
Yeah, that almost feels like it's some kind of weird screwed up package deal. Like we want, that is our quarterback and that is our coach. And I don't think I love Deion. Love Deion. You can't pull the shit in the NFL that you pull in college.
I just think it's going to be like a whole Odell Beckham's dad kind of situation where he's legit chirping in your ear like, my son needs to be out there. My son needs to be out there. You need to let him do this. You need to let him do that. Like,
they got to go for it. Are they going to go for it? Got to go for it. Go for it.
But the problem in this case is that the dad is Deion Sanders.
I mean, I don't think that matters, you know.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it. Like, I actually didn't even know the thing about OBJ's dad.
Yeah, he was. That's when he was playing for the Browns, I believe. They weren't getting him the ball enough, so he was like bitching on Twitter about it.
But was he anyone? Like, did he play?
Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdown.
Like, did OBJ's dad play? Or is he just, like, just vocal?
I don't know if he did play football, but he was very vocal.
It's like the Ball Boys.
What, calling timeouts for the Chiefs, or what?
What?
I said calling timeouts for the Chiefs, or what?
No, the Lonzo Ball and...
Oh, the Balls, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, their dad who just would not shut the hell up.
Yeah, he's their shoes are terrible. Baller brand. Terrible. Good touchdown here, man. How is he so open?
Okay, well, Craig Reynolds now has more points than Brandon Cooks and Josh Downs.
Damn.
Almost as many as Kareem Hunt. So, but unfortunately, well, actually, he's only got like 7.5 fewer than Jameer. So,
it's a game, though. I'll tell you that. It was a good game.
Yeah, I know. This is a hell of a game.
especially for a Monday.
I mean, if you're the Niners at this point, you're obviously not playing for the playoffs. I mean, the Niners are way better than their record. Way better than their record. But
Can't play without McCaffrey all year.
yeah,
Ayuk also sucked.
Or Ayuk, really.
He sucked so hard, dude. He sucked. He did not look good. All that complaining, like I said, man, I feel like once these people get paid, they kind of just go into that like relax mode.
Well, I feel like he didn't want to play hurt, or he was hurt a little bit, and then that was it, and then you get the season-ending injury. So sometimes those over the middle receivers like Ayuk, in the slot, they get banged up. They don't perform as well. So
Yeah, I don't mind that either, Jerry. What do you think about your Patriots?
who do the Patriots end with?
the Bills,
The Jets, you said?
Bills.
Oh, the Bills. Are the Bills playing for anything?
Probably not. Just maybe to convince Josh Allen he's the MVP. I don't know. Patriots played him pretty tough the last time.
Yeah, I feel like they always kind of do.
They kind of punched him in the mouth even though they lost. I think.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about divisional games. Sometimes you just throw the records out, especially week 18.
Some people do. All right.
All right, well, we're 3/4 in.
Why does it say third quarter? We've already watched 3 quarters.
No,
All
we're
right.
Yeah, but see, we're definitely at the end of the third quarter. So,
Yeah, wide receiver. I mean, I like Dre May, so I think he can develop into something special. If it came to Minnesota, he would have been.
I don't mind the trade back idea, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't trade too far back because they need to get. I want them to get McMillan. So they need to get one of the two big wide receivers, I think, and then use the free agent money to get some offensive linemen, and maybe even draft another offensive lineman in the second round as well.
though, before we call this here, I'm just speaking of Buffaloes. Travis Hunter, which side do you think he plays in the NFL? 'Cause I don't think he can do both.
I know.
You think he plays offense or defense?
I think it depends on whatever team drafts him and what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's interesting. I don't know. I want to see more players like Taysom Hill. That just they're
everything.
gadget guys. They just what you need me to throw the ball, you need me to run it, you need me to catch it.
You mean to play tight end?
Yeah. I remember reading once that they said that Taysom Hill got listed as a tight end for tax purposes or something like that. Like,
I can see this too. Jerry says defensive, mostly defense, and he gets some schemed in for wide receiver from time to time.
yeah, I could actually see that too. I mean, he obviously is good enough to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, the draft should be interesting this year. I mean, like I said, it's not deep at all for a quarterback. It's very shallow,
Yeah.
and probably neither one of them will perform year one that well. So, all right, appreciate you both coming to hang out with me tonight.
Yeah,
No problem,
cool.
Gracie.
Yeah,
Tell your daughter to keep trucking on and just tell her to be confident. That's it. Be confident in what you do and just be like
yeah.
Dad.
It's a slog, but you keep it up, and it sounds like she's got the juice for it.
Be like Dad.
She's got a motivation for it for sure. Yep.
Okay, guys.
We're gonna have more
All right.
fun and a lot more stuff coming up. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna get out of here.
Enjoy the
Hope
fourth
everybody
quarter.
got their championships in. If not, better luck next year.
Yeah, there's always next year.
Hey,
Or there's
best
always
ball's
the
coming
playoffs.
up. Mock
Lots of
draft
playoff
season's coming
leagues.
up. We're gonna have some fun. We're out of here.
Okay.
Peace.
All right.